If you're a golfer who trains to improve golf performance, it's vital you include loaded jump exercises. In this video, I'm going to take you through some key variations and explain why they're important and how to perform them. The reason we do loaded jumps in training is obviously to increase clubhead speed, but specifically we want to increase our ability to create more force over a given period of time. So this is known as impulse and has a direct correlation to greater clubhead speed potential. One of the biggest misunderstandings with the golf swing is we think of creating clubhead speed in transition in the downswing. But what we're doing in the backswing is we're loading up the body, we are creating some force, so we're already starting to create impulse. We've got more time to do that in that backswing to then be able to generate that impulse and greater force in the downswing. When we break that down and relate that to training, we need to understand how a jumping motion can relate to greater impulse and the correct stretch shortening cycle principle. The difference between a fast and a slow stretch shortening cycle will help you understand why in golf we would use a loaded jump. So a fast stretch shortening cycle motion in the jump would be very quick and reactive on the ground, a little bit more plyometric based. You see how the contact time on the floor is very quick. In order to produce that force, there's not a lot of time to do it in. Whereas if we move to a slower stretch shortening cycle where we can create the same amount or more force but in a longer period of time, so that impulse factor, we then create more of a counter movement jump. So you see how as we go down, naturally it's going to be lower because there's more time to create that force. You're not having to be reactive off the ground, and as a result we can create more effort in each individual rep. So when we train for golf, we want to think of more of a slower stretch shortening cycle exercise and jump variation that increases impulse potential, which is more force over a longer period of time, which is why a loaded jump will have a better relationship to increase clubhead speed. With all loaded jump variations, you want to be working around about 40 to 60% of your one repetition max of a squat. So the simplest variation you can do, especially if you're low on equipment, is just a dumbbell in each hand. You're going to set up into the jump position, a squat jump position, and simply we're going to try and do 6 repetitions with max effort. With all these exercises, we want to get as tall in the air as possible, aggressively extend the hips, and try and feel like we control the landing. So another variation you can use is a barbell. Although this is often a better long-term option, it can be a little bit tricky when you've not been used to kind of jumping with heavy weight. The key is in a barbell back squat position, we want to make sure the grip's really strong and tight and we're feeling like we're actually pulling the bar physically into the back throughout the whole motion. So as we jump, we want to try and get through the ceiling, control the landing, so when we've got quite a lot of weight up to that 60% one rep max on the bar, that we don't lose control of the bar. So gripping it tight, pulling it into you and controlling on landing. The hex bar squat jump variation is probably somewhere that meets the dumbbells and the barbells in the middle, where you can get plenty of load on. Unlike with the dumbbells, sometimes you're a little bit limited to the position, especially as they get bigger, whereas with the barbell that can kind of hurt or jolt the back and shoulders if you're not kind of a really experienced lifter. So you can see here with a hex bar, the hands are in line with the body. We can just set the posture in a nice simple fashion and then go into the exploded jump motion, controlling on landing once again, keeping that bar under control, not letting it swing too far forwards and backwards.